All right, green-black Stompy. We had a good question earlier today when I mentioned we were going to be playing this deck later. Somebody asked, what's the question between a Stompy deck and a normal, traditional aggro deck? So, the line on what I would classify this as, and again, it's kind of semantics to a degree, but in my mind specifically, the big difference between a Stompy deck and an aggro deck is the size of the creature. So this Stompy decks, so all Stompy decks are aggro decks, but not all aggro decks are Stompy decks. So this is an aggressive deck with large size creatures that generally you play ahead of the curve. So basically I'm getting more power than I'm paying in mana. I would like to mention the mana base here really quick because people like to, the thing you need to break yourself of when you're building mana bases, you shouldn't just go, I have Steel Leaf Champion so I can't play swamps. The question you need to ask yourself for Steel Leaf Champion is, how many green sources do I have? So I believe Frank Karsten's Mana Math article says you need 21 sources to cast a card like this consistently, and I have 20 lands in this mana base that produce green mana, plus 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. So I have more than enough sources to play Steel Leaf Champion, which means it's fine to play swamps, because never forget the best way to cast your spells consistently and have enough colors is just play more lands. So the red-black aggro deck we were talking about a second ago, for instance, that couldn't play Chain Whirler plus a second color, that deck was having issues specifically because it was trying to play a really low land count, is the big difference between what we have going on here. So this deck has Llanowar Elves, and it just has a higher overall land density. Judith does not share a creature type with Chain Whirler, no. Could you elaborate on the amount of lands versus deck type? Well, so generally speaking, the number of lands you're playing isn't strictly tied to the type of deck that you're playing. The number of lands you're playing tends to correspond to your curve, but decks like this one, for instance, that are aggro decks that are looking to curve up to 4 and occasionally 5, these decks are going to play more lands than a low-to-the-ground aggro deck that curves out at like 3. So the how expensive your spells get and what spells you want to play on curve consistently is going to dictate how many lands your deck tends to play. I think that's good enough. What's the correct tool you use to figure out the correct amount of sources you need for curving out? Math. Specifically a hypergeometric distribution. This is like one of the worst draws in our deck, because one of the ways we can recover from a bad mulligan is generating card advantage with this. Alright, they're playing Esper control. I'm going to concede. Move on to the next one. We mulligan to 4 there. Strong start. I'm going to cut these cast downs. I'm going to cut Ghalta against a removal heavy deck. Duress and Arguel's Bloodfast and extra Vivien seem fine. Extra Find might be good here too. I think I'd rather have Kraul Harpooner than Pelt Collector, just because this deals with Thief of Sanity if we have it. I guess Plaguecrafter deals with Thief too. Let's do this. Kills Tef as well, yep. Let's give this a go. A couple of people are asking about further details on the tournament tomorrow. Here's the status from the people running the tournament. Yeah, this looks great. Send me up. Correct. The spyglasses are specifically for Esper and Teferi Juicy. Clipsy, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think overall the Pirates deck just isn't very good anymore. In fact, I'm going to put notes. I should probably start cleaning up my website anyways. I'm going to remove UB Pirates and Red-Black aggro. I think they just don't have the tools to be successful anymore. Maybe they once did, but not currently. In Modern, you often cut Mana Elves to be efficient against controllers. The reason it's different in Standard. I don't think that's true. In fact, I think people cut Elves too often in Modern. Tippy, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. My enjoyment of a format is in no way related to how many colors you can play in a specific deck. That seems like a silly metric. Alright, I enjoy playing formats that generate what I would consider good games of Magic. Formats where the gameplay is dynamic. So, like, they're out here as a sweeper, right? So there's no reason to play this Growth Chamber Guardian into a sweeper. So, did you hit Kaya's Wrath? That was a great curve for us on the play. Yeah, I'm a bad plug for fandom. I'm not 100% sure exactly what they do. Of course, they also didn't really go out of their way to explain what they do to us, so I'm not sure if, like, they're running... I think I saw something about these tournaments being weekly, but I'm not sure if they're streamer tournaments that are weekly, or if they're going to be open entry at some point, or how they monetize, or what the deal is. I don't know, I've been so busy the last couple of weeks, it's just been like, they asked me to play, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play. I didn't really look into too many of the details. Punisher, thanks for the 3 months of Prime there. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Look at that. No gamble, no future, chat. Never didn't have it, etc., etc. Awakening of the V2 Ghazi. That is a heck of a Magic card. I think I want to play this. So, like, it might be right to get this down under counter Magic, but the flip side is, if they left Cry of the Canarium in their deck for some reason and I play this, I'm just incredibly sad. Don't Kaya's Wrath me, bro. These cards just have so many non-foils in them that it's not really worth having an ugly corner. So, in a way, the fact that cast down happened is good for us, because it means they don't have Kaya's Wrath. Which is a good sign for the home team. This is my giant pupper. You've absorbed my pupper, that's rude. I don't know, I think there's a good chance after what happened in game 2 that Cry's not in their deck. Like, we killed them with, like, a 5-4 and a 6-6. I'd really like to draw a land this turn, so that way I can Duress plus Nullhide at the same time, in the same turn. If they don't have a cast down here, we're in a very good spot, or a Moment of Craving. Just absorb. Alright, so that means I get to go ahead and kill Teferi here, and they don't have a lot left over. There's 2 things in my bin, so yeah, let's just go back and find our friends here. Jay Gross, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. And then I don't want them to hit me here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass. And like if they Kaya's Wrath at this point, Steel Leaf Champion just buries them in the ground, so that's good for us. Do I attack with everything here? If I attack with everything, it's 6, 11, 12, 13. I really don't want to let them hit me with this. And I don't want to trade this. If they want to eat a Llanowar Elf, it lets me draw a card, so I think it's fine to cash that in at this point. Look at how angry he is. Are you dead yet? Oh, Esper control. Just Esper control things. They won the game where we mulliganed to 4, chat. Man, Steel Leaf Champion in the Nullhide Ferox is not fair. That felt really good. Hey, Maglag Spike, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Red-black aggro was very, very bad. I think this hand's a mulligan. Like, we're not a control deck, and the fact that if this was a green-black duel, I might keep this, because I could potentially curve this. But I think with this being this, I need to draw lands and spells with this hand, which makes it not good enough. Sounds like not exciting, but it's a keep. 2 drop on 2 sounds great. Marduki. I want to lead on this. Maybe I'm supposed to play this first. I don't know. If they attack next turn, I don't mind just like trading off boards here and drawing a couple cards. Yeah, looking like they could be Mardu Hero. That's pretty scary. Take this trade here, I suppose. I go down to 16, but I get to draw a card. Seems like a win for me. Or sorry, 15 because of this trigger. It's a little bit worrisome here. Double Midnight Reaper is a little sketch in an aggressive matchup like this. A little bit not the greatest. Huh. I just like do this. Nah, I'm gonna do this, I think. I think I'm in if they want to trade one of these for this and let me draw 2 cards. I think I'm okay with that. Hey, Debog Imp. Thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And I think I'm just going to trade super aggressively here. So I was gonna Nullhide into Finality, but, like, then they blocked there, so I think I just, like, put a bunch of poopers into play, right? Yep. Alright, so... Midnight Reaper out here. I know Midnight Reaper is, like, okay there. Maybe I want to leave a couple in. Vivien doesn't seem particularly great. I don't mind the extra Finality. Maybe I may just leave a pair in. I probably don't want to draw a ton of them every game like I did there. We got kind of lucky because they stumbled, but some of them to make profitable trades in combat seems good for us. This seems fine. I don't think I want Contempt or Plaguecrafter here. Ghalta seems great. It's not amazing, but it's fine. The spells are good. It kind of feels bad that I need to take 4 from my mana here. Moment of Craving buys me back a little bit, though, which is nice. Perfect. Just like we drew it up, fam. So I'm going to play this one first here. Because then next turn I can go Shock, Pelt Collector, Kraul Harpooner. I think my hand is set up in a way that I want to be a little defensive here. And then next turn, if they attack in and trade with this here, this will turn into a 3-3, which is good for us. Bellhaunt, rude. Hoping to draw a Steel Leaf. Cast Down will also do it a pinch. They have more Bellhaunts, we're going to be in trouble. Hero, sure. I need a hero. Gobble, gobble. They have, like, kill an attacking creature. Glad we killed the hero pre-combat. And that is funny that they boarded in Bellhaunt against our Nullhide Ferox deck. That'll be, if we have a game 3, when, that would be extra, something to keep in mind. Oligarch. So if they want to trade in combat now, my cards now draw cards. They played hero. We just killed it. Listen, speaking as someone who's thought erasured his fair share of Nullhide Ferox, we all have those days. Pretty sure I just want to snap this trade. Like, if you want to kill both my elves and let me draw 2 cards, like, sign me up. I would love to have a chance to draw a, draw a bigger thing this turn. So, like, there... So I'm going to 11, but, like, I'm gonna have 5 cards in my hand here. And I think I lead on this, not only is because it's a beefy boy, but because this way next turn I can play my 5th land and play and activate Growth Chamber Guardian in the same turn. Like, obviously holding Nullhide Ferox is more appealing to get them if they, like, draw a Bellhaunt, but I think giving myself the chance to, like, get my Growth Chamber Guardian to do stuff is important here. You have to chump block every turn now. It's a Magic the Gathering arena. 1 wet fart, please. Puts another lethal threat into play, which is great for us. 31 months later, and you're still trying to play Kiki Jiki in Modern, my lord. You're supposed to be supportive, Matthew. I thought you loved me. Why do you have to be so mean? This deck actually seems kind of sweet. Nullhide Ferox is giving people the business. Let's get him. Nullhide Ferox does not mess around. Are you streaming this evening, Matthew? I will probably be running up until a point where I can host you if so. I mean, we have Duresses in our sideboard. Matthew, I found out my deck submission for the tournament tomorrow isn't due until midnight tonight. So you should play I'm gonna play some of the Jeskai deck, and you should too. Just let me know. Let me know how much you think it sucks. Or how we can improve it. Yeah, Arguel's Bloodfast is a card that generates card advantage against control. That's exactly correct. 2-drop, Forest. 2-drop, Forest. Alright. This is the part where they play Tithe Taker and I look silly for shocking this in. Nah, I don't really have anything else on the table, Matthew. It's just like the only deck I've really enjoyed playing that feels somewhat powerful. I don't really want to play like Esper Controller Soul Timeers. Both Numa and Caleb have been testing Esper. Caleb sounded pretty set on playing Esper last night. So I think it's pretty okay there. Not a free win by any means, but pretty okay. They're gonna play that card like gives their stuff +1/+1 to make me sad here. Steel Leaf Champion's pretty dope against tokens. This card's got hidden text on it for those not familiar. Can't be blocked by stuff. I think I'm gonna do this into this. This lets this one turn this into a 3/3 as well here. I definitely don't want to play Domri. I don't think the Domri deck's good enough against Sultai to be worth playing. Although I guess the Jeskai deck's kind of poop against Sultai as well, so like, it's like a 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other type situation. Man, they're about to march the multitudes the crap out of me, aren't they? The only matchups that felt bad were against Esper control. Nah, I think the Jeskai deck's pretty reasonable there. It's definitely a matchup that has a lot of play to it. There are a lot of points for both players to make good and bad decisions. I think Dispel will be pretty messed up in Standard. Run the party bus and call it a day. Oh man, did they have March last turn? I just wanted to wait for a bigger one. Good. Well, how sick is that? I think they had March and just wanted to wait for a bigger one. So they're getting 7 tokens here. 8 tokens with the Amara. Massacre Girl would love this board. It's the part where they go 6 land flourish, unbreakable formation. Yeah, that's pretty good too. That's lethal, right? Alright, this is 6. It's actually exactly lethal. It is exactly lethal. That's so brutal. I think I had to start pressuring them there. Like, those are 2 very specific cards they have to have. Oh, it's too over lethal. I'm dumb. I would have had to not attack with anything. Yeah, I need to just start trying to kill them with Steel Leaf Champions. We don't really have good tools for this matchup. I've got like an extra Finality, I guess. And I suppose I don't think this matchup's likely terrible for us necessarily. Definitely felt bad that they had the 1-2 punch there, but like Steel Leaf Champions, no slouch. Yeah, this looks fine. I don't know that I want Duress here. I guess it takes history and stuff. The problem with Duress is that these board states happen to... In my experience, this matchup tends to come down to board states and then top decks. So it's like, well, if we're just top decking anyways, like, does Duress really stop much? Yeah, I guess Cast Down's not very good. None of the other cards in my sideboard seem quite fantastic. Status Statute. Sure. I bet they board in removal. I don't think so. I'd be surprised if they had more than just like the Conclave Tribunals. I guess they sometimes have Baffling Ends in their sideboard. Like, do you think they need removal to be competitive in this matchup? Or do you think they're just gonna like do what they did there and like linear us? It's felt pretty okay so far. We trucked over Esper and then one other thing. We're down a game here after a close one. Sam would like to draw some lands. It does make me wonder, like, how many of the Steel Leaf Champion Nullhide Ferox decks have been explored in this format. That feels like a really powerful, like, 1-2 curve or 3-4 curve. What's my plan for getting cards for the new set? Through the power of the most powerful card in Magic the Gathering, your credit card, you can acquire all of the cards that you want to play from any set of Magic the Gathering. Not the most impressive start for us. You can always find the deck list for the deck we're currently playing by typing !deck in chat or by utilizing the Stream Decker widget that's on the screen. Yeah, I've got like 58k gold as well. Is it good? And like, I don't even like try to free to play, and I just like accrue a lot, which is sweet. This is an elephant. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to beat an Elefante. Conquer Tribunal's not too terrible for us here, because the Elefante would have been extra bad because it would have prevented us from killing the Samara. I think I'm gonna run. I think I just want to deploy these. I think we just fumbled and bumbled a little too long here. If this is an Elefante, I'm gonna concede. Yeah. Alright. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Is the pre-purchase worth it by a decent amount? The pre-purchase is only a deal in the fact that it gives you cosmetics. The amount of packs you're getting for the amount of money you're spending is identical to if you're buying the largest quantity of gems. General gains, thanks for the 2 months of Twitch Prime support, I appreciate that. So if you were planning to spend $100 or $150 or so on gems, just like pre-purchasing just gets you cosmetics as an extra for the same price. So if you don't care about the cosmetics, that's the difference. Yeah, and obviously like the worth it or not is if you're only ripping the packs. If you're spending your money on limited, you can't use those packs on limited. But if you're someone like me who finds opening packs and building decks that way in sealed and draft really atrocious and boring, then the pre-purchase package is reasonable. There's also no advantaging to pre-ordering now versus in 2 weeks. I mean, remembering to do it's an advantage. Speaking as someone whose income depends on people remembering to use their Twitch Prime with some frequency, like getting to do something now rather than 2 weeks from now has value for people. I would really like to draw Llanowar Elves. Am I going to do a deck list for wildcards again? I didn't do the deck list for wildcards last time. Someone else did that. And I don't think I have enough common and uncommon wildcards at this point to make it worthwhile to do for me. I think I'll have like 100 of each. Shiny Man 9K1. Thanks for paying some of my bills with that Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Green lands. Yay, green lands. I started plotting things on my calendar, like buy this idiot and pre-order this moron. Yep. I've got a trash reminder the evening the trash is supposed to go out, and then I have a second reminder the morning of to make sure I did it. My idiots are bigger than your idiots. Neener, neener. Who's the biggest, dumbest dino of them all? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's a big, dumb dino? Yes, you are, Ghalta. War of the Spark releases on Magic Arena April 25th. We could double Ghalta. That is a factual statement. There could be a brief moment in time where there are 2 Ghaltas in play on our side of the table. I don't know, they can race the Ghalta, right? Like, they're at 20. They just, like, attack with both of these and don't die in the backswing, they're okay. It's possible I was supposed to attack them with Nullhide and Steel Leaf Champion last turn. If I kill this, they block here. Can I really only put them... No, that's exactly lethal, right? It's exactly lethal. This is 20. Yeah. 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 Get him. Get him. Arr. Arr. I haven't been this viscerally satisfied in a long time playing Magic. Just like, these are my big dumbs coming at you. Just put the dukes up, get them. I know this deck feels very Gruul, chat. I know that, like, there's Golgari lands and sleeves. I feel like I should probably put the Gruul sleeves on this deck just so it can, like, embody what's actually going on here. Being cute and smart is great and all, but how do you feel about beating people to death? Have you met my friend, the Nullhide Ferox? Look at all the teeth. How could you go wrong with this many teeth, chat? He's just so hangry. He's just so hangry. The Vraska's Contempt might be a little ambitious in the sideboard, considering there's only 12 black sources, but we'll see. The person who had originally submitted this deck had a bunch of Vraska's Contempts in it, so I didn't cut all of them. But how is this compared to Gruul Stomp? Yeah, I haven't played a Gruul deck with... I haven't played the Nullhide Ferox Steel Leaf Gruul deck. That's a good question. That would be an apt comparison you'd want to be making, and the answer is I don't know. Is there no shiny Nullhide Ferox? I don't know. I should find out. I don't have every card in foil. People have just been donating for us to foil various things. So, like, a lot of the format staples are foiled because people have donated for them. Yeah, see, it'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Dear opponent, please don't Chain Whirler me. Nullhide Ferox embodies everything that Stompy is. Completely concur. Could not agree more. I'm gonna do this into cast down their thing here. Where is Dude Light? I thought foiling your decks was their job. It's a land drop. Okay, so I think I want to do this into this. So that way I can crank these up into 3/3s next turn. I'm going to offer this trade because I don't think they'll take it. That fart is real good for us there. If we draw a land, I might just activate Growth Chamber Guardian, smack them next turn. Come on, attack me, you coward. Attack me, you coward. Rats. There is a foil Ferox. That's exciting. This might be a little too conservative. I don't know. Take your 4. You take your 4 and you like it. I would love for that. If they trade, Pelt Collector triggers on death too. So, like, trading here only takes 1 power off the table because it redistributes it. Pelt Collector's like the socialist of creature power. Just like redistribute it. Let's go. Eat the large creatures and redistribute the pelts. How long do you think it'll take a meta to get relatively established once the new set is released? So this upcoming set is probably going to have a little bit longer lag time between when it releases and when it gets fully established, because the Mythic Championship related to this set actually is, what's the word that I'm searching for? The Mythic Championship related to this set is modern, so it's going to take a longer time for standard. Isn't this dinosaur adorable? Who thinks their dino's adorable? I think their dino is totes adorbs. Cute 7/6. It costs 3 times as much mana as my 12/12. Any other questions? We must be playing Kiki Jiki because Ghalta is the mirror breaker. It really is. I'd also just like to comment that it feels excellent to be on the Ghalta side of the table for a change. I've often been on the not Ghalta side of the table, and boy, golly, does it feel bad. Alright, I just cast this and attack with everything, right? I don't know if that's right or not. It's gotta be right, right? Like, am I in any danger of dying on the backswing? I'm not. But if they could, like, eat both of these. They could, like, eat this, chump this, and then they take 12, 16, 17, 18, they die. If it's wrong, then we don't want to be right, right? I don't know. Figure it out. Are they dead? I think they're dead. Because all these things trample. Yeah, buddy. The old Exaxes. 2 games in a row. Man, I should just register Ghalta tomorrow, huh? That's what I actually should do. I should just register Ghalta tomorrow. Did you count that, or did you YOLO bash? I half counted it. I like started counting and got bored partway and clicked attack with all. Simic Stompy with Hadana's Climb. Man, that sounds really hot. Can we build that deck? Is that a deck I can build? Should we build Simic Stompy after this? Man, I played so much Jeskai. We should build Simic Stompy after this. Let's build Simic Stompy after this. Hogland's my hero. Thank you for the great content. Between all the Hoglandish rants between school and work, I don't get to stream as much, but I watch on YouTube daily. Keep up the great work. And the sub-only chat rocks. Well, thank you. Thank you for being a sub and keeping me here. Welcome back. We played against a Simic Stompy deck the other day that was, what was it playing? It was playing the Departed Deckhand or something. I also think Spell Pierce is like kind of busted with Nullhide Ferox, right? Because like Nullhide makes them pay 2 to cast their spell, and then like Spell Pierce makes them pay 2 more. Because like when they toggle off your Nullhide, they have to pay for it, right? Yeah, Nerd Girl played something similar in Best of 1 for the NV. This is incredibly rude. Yeah, I mean, if I was playing just to win, I would definitely be registering White Weenie aggro, I think. Love the Stompy list. Babygambles.gov. Thanks for the 3 months. It's actually been performing really well, Chewy. So, if your opponent is giving you something to spell pierce, they've already paid to turn off your Nullhide. So, like, when your opponent pays 2 to take hexproof off your Nullhide, it also unlocks you to be able to cast spells. Yeah, the lineup of tournament players for the fandom event tomorrow is really good. Do you have a link to his deck list, Lost Lurgoyf? I would love a place to start. Yeah, the snare is just trying to flip search faster, I think. Who did they replace Gabby with? No idea. I've got a cookie for a sub who finds me Martin uses green blue Stompy list. Yeah, I'm not sure that Vivien really belongs in here. That is a lot of 4-ofs. Frilled Mystic's kind of sweet. You played Unclaimed Territory on Elf to make Frilled Mystic possible? That's hot. Yeah, Nullhide Ferox Frilled Mystic is really, really sweet. Nah, that deck's totally Stompy. It's got, I feel like to classify as Stompy in this format, you just need, like, these 2 cards. For Ghalta is some hot nonsense, though. As someone who loves Ghalta, that's way too much Ghalta. Is Green-Black Elves the middle of the modern queue? Yeah, definitely. Green-Black Elves is great. I like that deck a lot. Well, when I first tried Arena, I slotted Deckhand into Mono Blue, and then I tried to Curious Obsession it shortly afterwards. Yikes. Yeah, 4 is just a lot of Ghalta. I feel like I'd want to register. I feel like I'd want to register some Incubation Incongruity before, like, the 4th Ghalta. There's 36 creatures in that deck. Like, I get that Nullhide Ferox wants you to play non-creature. Good lord. I guess this makes this lethal, huh? Root Snare, rude. I found it, Reaper. Remember that time we beat their deck and we didn't draw a third land? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Keep, I think. Yeah, opponent's username is pretty good. How often does WotC update the ban list? If you're someone who likes Wilderness Reclamation, the answer is too often. If you're someone that dislikes Wilderness Reclamation, the answer is not often enough. The opponent's username is Wallet Warrior. It's a bold name for no foils, yep. You're like trying to figure out like what I could possibly have here. Is it going to include Climb? I don't know. I don't think so. Looking at Yuza's list without Climb, it looks pretty sweet. I just wanted to see Ghalta fly through the air. Believe it or not, I think Ghalta doesn't need flying most of the time. If Ghalta needs +12/+12 and flying, you're probably not winning. Since when is this about needing anything? Fair. Ghalta just has dreams, Jeff. She just wants to soar. They just cast double Growth Spiral and missed their land twice. That's great. We might not get another turn here. They can start comboing and they get to flip search next turn. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna concede when they take a turn, or, show me a thing. Show me a fog. Oh. Huh. Alright. Got it. We're on the 0 outer, right? The core of this deck seems really sweet. I like the core of the Stompy deck a lot. I'm gonna be done playing this black version for the day. If I were to play the black version again, I think my big takeaway is Vivien Reid probably doesn't belong in the main deck. The fine finalities are kind of okay, but like, this card's just like too expensive and grindy, and this archetype should be about getting people dead. This card grinds a little bit too, but it grinds in a little bit different way that's proactive, whereas this one's just like reactive and slow. So I think I would probably trim this to the board and like get some other threats in here of some sort. Maybe another 2-drop or something along those lines. All right, let's try some blue-green Stompy. I'm gonna import this list from